Okay, today we want to take a look at this peer review assignment. You're probably already in your Google Classroom and probably have already opened the assignment and probably already opened the project review directions, or the peer review directions rather, because you're watching this video and the link to the video is here. Okay, basically the first thing you need to do, and this is time sensitive, is to update your portfolio to include links to your 3 projects. And the reason for this is other people are going to need those links to do some reviews on your work. So we want to get those up there as quickly as possible, no later than the date that I've assigned. And if you don't have, for some reason, a portfolio, perhaps you're taking the courses slightly out of order, or it's just not done yet, we're going to do that in the form of a Google Doc, and we'll look at that. We'll look at both of those methods in this video. Okay, so the first thing is you log in, you log into Google Sites, you go over to your portfolio, scroll down, find the section for 635, Tools for Visualizing Information, and change it. If it's already there, change it so that it includes the titles for the map project, the video project, and the alternate products. Okay, so those are the 3 main projects for the class, and those are the things we're going to link to. Now, under map project, you're going to put a link to the maps, and then there are also supportive materials involved there. So what you want to do is put what's called a pipe. That's a vertical line, and you find that by holding down the Shift key and hitting the key that's over the Enter key on your keyboard. A lot of times it looks like a vertical line. Sometimes it looks like 2 lines, 2 vertical lines with a space between. But however it looks, when you do that on your keyboard, it's going to come out looking like this. And then you can, whatever text is appropriate for you. So if you've done, in addition to your maps project, if you, say, did a quiz, and perhaps you did an activity. The supportive materials you've created may vary, so just determine what you think is the appropriate text. Next, you'll want to make sure that each of the things you're going to link has the correct sharing permissions so that people can actually see them when they get there. So in order to do that, flip over to your Google Drive. There it is. Okay, here's my map. So find the thing that you'd like to share, right click on it, share, and you can see that if you have to go to advanced, go to advanced, and once you're there, probably the easiest way to do that is to change this private setting to anyone with the link. And then you want to make sure it will say can view. I mean, you want to give people edit privileges, or probably even comment privileges at this point, but just verify that it says can view and save it. And what I would do is I would copy that link, I would open up a different browser, and I would test it. Okay, so just to make sure that it's going to work, you have to test it when you're not logged in. So do one of 2 things. Either open up a different browser if you have a second browser installed, and then paste that link into the spot, and see that you get to where you think you're going to go. Okay, so if this map loads, and let's just pretend, I mean, this was just a sample, but let's just pretend that this was the map that I wanted. Then fine, I know that the link is good. I'm going to leave the browser open because I want to test my other links. And I just come back here and I take maps, and there's a hyperlink, and there you go. Okay, you do the same thing for your supportive activities. When you're done with those, the video project is all contained within a YouTube channel, so you can put that there, link to that channel, and the alternate products. Now, we've contained those in a website, so we put those 3 products and the supportive materials for them, all on a single website. So the best thing to do there is to create a link to that site. There's no reason to link to those things individually because you've already kind of done that. Remember, after you've gotten your links to all the appropriate products so that everyone can see your work, remember to come up and publish it. Okay, because if you don't publish it, then these changes are not really going to be reflected in the live version. People aren't going to be able to get to the links that they need to get to. Okay, now if you don't have a portfolio, the alternative is simply to create a Google Doc. So I'll come in here and I'll say new Google Doc. We want to put a little documentation on here. Give it a good name. Tools Viz Final Work. Doesn't have to be that, but something that reflects what it is. And just say work for peer review for, and then your name. So whatever your name is, there you go. So people just have something up there so they know they're in the right place. Now reproduce that structure that we did for your portfolio. So you're just going to say maps project, and then you'd have map, the pipe, links over to your supportive materials, video project, alternate products project, and then get all this stuff set up. And establish the links in the same way. Highlight the text, create the link, paste it in there, apply, and good thing with docs, you can test it right out, and you should have done that with your Google site as well. Of course, it's always better to test these things when you're not logged in. Okay, so once you've got your Google Doc, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to share it, and you can do that here, or you can, do it directly from Drive. We should all know how to do that. Say share, go to advanced, and then you're going to make that same setting here, is anyone with a link can view, save, and then this link is the one that people will need to get to your work. So what you want to do is, as soon as this is done, as a matter of fact, even if this isn't all done, just create the document, set up the sharing, and email me this link, even if it's blank, because I'm going to update another resource so that people can get to this work. Okay, so you copy that, select it, copy it, done, and then email it to me. Okay, once that's done, you can do all the rest of this. So you can log into your MSET account, go to Google Classroom, find the Week 14 assignment, which is where we are, make 2 copies of each of the 3 forms. So here we are in the assignment again, and you can see that there are 3 forms here, one for a review of Project 1, one for Project 2, and one review for Project 3. So just click on it. In this case, I didn't give you individual copies, and the reason I didn't is because you're going to need 2 of these, one for each person that you review. So what you want to do is you want to say File, Make a Copy. Okay, you know that you can put them where you want by using this area and navigating through your drive and putting them in the correct folder. Here you go. And you can rename them right here. If you fail to do either one of these 2 things, that's fine, because once they show up in your drive, you can just find them, rename them, move them, etc. So you would just say OK, and now you have 1 copy of the form to complete. Note that there's a spot up here to replace with the author's name. So a review of Map Projects 4, you're going to put the name of the person up here, and then there's some guiding questions to help you with the review. You'd have to make a second copy of this, and you could go back and do it the same way, or you could simply take the first one and say File, make a copy, make a second copy. So you want to do that until you have a total of 6. Okay, step 4 tells us to go back to the assignment and open this file called Project Review Map. Now here's a version of the file where the names have been removed, but in the actual file you're going to see your name listed over here. You're going to see the contact information, the Gmail address that someone should share with you next to you. And then over here, if you're person 1, you're going to review perhaps a map project for person 2 and a map project for person 3, a video project for 2 and 3, etc. And these combinations, if you're in a group of 3, combination is always going to be the same. If you're in a group of 4, it will be a little more unique. Okay, so basically what I'm doing is I'm looking up the people who I'm going to do evaluations for, and then I can get the address. So if I'm evaluating person number 2, I want to share that document with person number 2's Gmail address or Google account. So to do that, I come back to the form. I'm going to rename it in this way. I'm going to take out the copy of, and I'm going to call it Project Review Form, my name, and then who I am evaluating it for. So John Smith for Jane Doe. Okay, once there, you're going to have to share this. So you go to your share settings, and of course you can do this directly in Google Drive, but if it's open, you can do it here. Go to Advanced, and then here you're going to put in, well, if I'm person 1, perhaps I'm sharing this particular one, Jane Doe is person 2. Then of course you can send it, and you'd repeat that process for the other evaluations that you have to do. Okay, so far you have downloaded copies of the evaluation sheet, you have checked the project map, you have you have renamed and shared those files with the appropriate people. So we're all the way down here, number 6. And now number 7, you're going to open a copy of the Project Review Checklist file. So that is back here, and you'll see that this is the one file you were given an individual copy of. So this is just for me to provide a quick assessment for you. So you're going to put your name here, and then you are just going to list who you did each of the evaluations for. So the Maps project, there would be one name here and a second name here. The video project, you did 2 reviews. The alternate products project, you did 2 reviews. And that's it. You simply need to fill this out, and then you can close it. And when you are ready to submit this assignment, you simply come back to Add, go to your Google Drive, and add back in, here it is, John Smith for Jane Doe, add in the 6 evaluations that you've done. So they're probably going to be listed in this recent area here, and if not, you can always go here to your drive to find them. But you're going to attach 6 files, the 2 map reviews you did, the 2 video reviews you did, the 2 alternate product reviews you did, and you're going to attach them here. You don't have to attach the review checklist that you completed because you got an individual copy of that, so that's going to come back automatically. And then when you're done, you click Turn It In. So, in summary, everything's included in the directions, but you're basically going to make 2 copies of each of these. You're going to rename them and share them as we've discussed, based on the information in the project review map. And then you're going to complete this form, attach these now 6 files to the Add button, and turn it in.